I want to believe that the US will stand by our side, but we have to be ready for that not to be the case. Whether we reach peace in Ukraine soon or not, we need to be able to recognize the Russian threat and better defend ourselves in order to deter such attacks. Whatever happens, we need to provide ourselves with more arms, more equipment in terms of defense, to provide a dissuasive force. And we're committed on that path. We need to do more than we've done in the past to reinforce our defense and security. The future of Europe cannot be decided on in Moscow or Washington. Since the fall of the Berlin Wall, we have seen 3 decades which are now behind us. We're moving on to a new age. We're meeting with the Commission tomorrow, the President of the European Council, for an extraordinary summit. We'll take a number of long-awaited steps which we've been proposing for a number of years, increase in military expenditure, which is something that will be allowed without having it to be subject to deficit rules. Measures to ensure that armaments can be produced on European soil. The latest cutting-edge technology will mobilize the government to strengthen our armies as soon as possible and accelerate reindustrialization in all of our countries. We'll work together with the enterprises in these sectors in the coming days. So, Europe's defense sector, which we've been asking for the last 8 years, will have to become a reality to allow European countries to defend and protect themselves, to produce the equipment they need in their countries, to allow them to cooperate more, and to allow them to reduce their dependence on outside actors. Germany, Poland, Denmark, Baltic states, and many of our partners have announced unprecedented efforts in terms of military spending. So as we look ahead to these actions, France has to recognize its special status. We have the most efficient, effective army in Europe. Because of the choices made by our forefathers after the Second World War, we have a nuclear deterrent, which protects us a lot more than many of our other neighbors. But we didn't expect, or rather, it wasn't necessary to await the invasion of Ukraine to recognize the increasing threats. We've seen how necessary it is to build our defense, and we've doubled our military budget, as you can see on this graph. Because of these efforts, we are now in a position to make supplementary investments. And we'll ask the government to work as quickly as possible on this. These are new investments which will allow us to mobilize private financing and public financing without increases in tax.